Yeah, all right, working on a old dehumidifier here today. This is an old, I think it was a late 70s General Electric. Symptom here was, Michael brought this down here and it was freezing up on him. The coil was extremely dirty. I got that cleaned out, and the fan was starting off real slow when it would run. So that needed oil. This fan motor, I should have took a video of this or a picture before we cleaned it up. It's still got some more clean. I'm going to bit my air compressor and blow this out some more, but man, there was so much dust on this motor you couldn't see. I'm surprised that motor hadn't burned up, because I mean it was completely plugged with dust. So whoever had this before had really run it probably non-stop. So alright, I got the thermostat aside there. I got the wires to the indicator light. Let's see if we can fire this thing up here one-handed here and see if it'll run here, Michael.
Alright.
I got it where it should. Okay. Compressor runs good, fan runs good now. It fired right up. It didn't run slow at first. So your fan is good now. See how it's running?
Yeah.
Took right off. It didn't start out slow like it's been doing. So that's because it needed oil. I oiled the crap out of it. And then
Much better.
yeah, it's much better. So now we need to spin it around carefully. I don't want those wires. I got those wires to the light there. I don't want those to touch. Just got to kind of hang them there.
Right.
And yeah, looks like she's trying to freeze up again. Let's give it a minute, but that's not a good sign. Yeah, she's frosting up. She sure is. Gosh darn it, that's not a good sign. It's getting plenty of air through it. Oh yeah, it's drawing a lot of air through there. So that ain't the problem there. And we cleaned the coil out inside there. So that is telling me that this thing is probably low on Freon. It must have a small leak somewhere. These tend to rust. I know Kenmore had a problem with these rusting inside these tubes, but they would seal theirs all the way to the compressor. This one's not sealed. So if moisture would build up in there, it would rust the compressor there and they would leak, but this one doesn't have that. But yeah, well, at least the fan's fixed. Compressor's running good. A little warm, not bad. That's because you had it running up at your house for a while. Let's go over here and see one more time what we got. Sometimes they'll fall. Yeah, no, it's frosting up pretty good. Right here, Larry. See this, Michael?
Yeah.
Not supposed to have any frost on that.
Yeah.
It's freezing more of those back coils. Yeah. Back there. Well, and this part of the coil is warm.
Yeah.
That should have been, already should have been real cold. Only cold on the edges. Let's let it run a couple more minutes and just see what happens. And if it's still doing that, if it doesn't defrost, some newer air conditioners and stuff will do that automatically when they first turn on.
Yeah.
But this one ran fine, and then all of a sudden it started deciding to freeze up. So that's telling me it's probably got a refrigerant leak. It needs a charge. I don't see any evidence where it would have lost any Freon, but it could be in the coil too, and we wouldn't see it without taking it all the way apart. Usually it'll leave like an oily mess. But yeah, we'll give it a few minutes and see what happens. Alright, well, we're back here. It's still frosted. And it is very warm out here in my shop, so that if it was in a cool house, air conditioner running, this thing would probably be a lot more ice on it, but yeah, it's really frosting over. And this part of the coil here is just room temperature. It's not even cold. It's only cold back here. So I don't know. I think we're looking at, yeah, well, I don't know. We'll have to, only way you're going to find out is to take it back home and run it. We'll put it back together, and you can try it at your house for an hour or two and see if it gets all icy. And if it does, then yeah, it's going to be low on Freon. All right, well, we'll stay tuned with this, guys. Thanks for watching.